All right. So now we have the sample exam for the power factor correction. Okay. All right. So now, oops, we have 5 horsepower with a 6-point lagging power factor. Okay. And then the motor has efficiency 92%. Is connected to the voltage sources, supply voltage sources, 280 volt, 60 hertz, and supply voltage. And 1 horsepower is 746 watts. And then the output power, this formula is really the basic formula. It's equal to energy efficiency multiply the input power, okay? So from these questions, we have to make a design, the circuit, okay, like this one. That is the motor. Okay. That is the motor. 5 horsepower and 6.7 lagging the power factor. All right. And then that is the efficiency is 92%. And we said as 280 volt, the RMS, 0 degree, 60 hertz. Okay. All right. So now, let's say, so now we have for, all right. So right now, the question 1, okay, we're gonna split out for the questions. Okay. Question 1. What is for the output power for the motor? The output power is the motor by the horsepower. So we know that 1 horsepower is what? 746 watt. Okay. So 5 times 746 watt is for 3,730 watts. Okay. So that is for the answer for the question 1, the output power. All right. All right. The second question is that what is the input power? The input power, the out power, the input power, that is the energy efficiency, right? So the input power is the output power divided percentage was the out power is what? 3,730 watt from the question 1 and divided 92%. Maybe after remove the percentage, we're gonna 0.92. So after we calculation the input power for 0.53 watt, that is for input power from the sources, okay? Okay, so now, what is for the theta for the power factor? So now, theta for the power factor. So from the questions, 0.6 the power factor, that is the cosine theta, right? Because the power factor, that is the P over S. We're gonna learn before, right? Yeah. So now that was for the theta is cosine the inverse 0.6. Okay. So finally, after your calculation, 53 6.13 degree, okay? All right. So from the triangle, just the before you're gonna the triangle, we have to know about what is the Q sub L. Why? Because the power factor lagging means that is for inductor. The Q for the inductivity role. So you can go back to the page, the lecture, but chapter 3, okay, and read the books, okay. So let's say the tangent, the theta, is Q sub L over P sub I. Why? Because so lagging power vector is the Q sub L, the upward, okay? Oops. Okay. All right. So this is why the tangent, the theta, gonna have this more impact color. That one maybe. Okay, like this one, okay? Q sub L, maybe over the P, is the tangent theta, like this one. So the tangent theta multiply the P sub I, that is the Q sub L. We know the tangent theta, the theta is 53.13 multiply the P sub I 4054.35 watt. We have already calculated before, okay? So maybe after calculations, 5405 the 8 VAR. That is for the answer for the Q sub L, okay? All right. So the question 5, what is for the S sub APP? Okay. That was the P sub I square, P sub L square, because the triangular theta sub L, S sub APP, you know, S sub APP is PI square plus Q sub L square. Okay. S is S sub APP theta. You understand? So now, maybe S sub APP, we know the P sub I, right? So the P sub I, 405, 3.35 watt square plus 5405.8 VAR square. So that was S sub PP after calculations, 6757.25 the VA. Okay. To keep in mind, the S sub APP apparent power, the unit is the VA. Okay. So you can draw the power triangle. Oops. Is what? This is the theta. This is the PI, G sub L, S sub APP. Okay, that was 6757.25 VA and Q sub L 5404.45 VAR. This is the inductor case, okay? And then the P sub I 4054.35 watts. Okay. All right. Oops. Okay. The 7, question 7. What is for the x sub, oops. What is for the x sub c and c, okay? So, you know, for a net, the power factor is establishing by introducing capacitivity, reactive power, level of Q sub L. So, you know, to the cancel out the Q sub L, that should be Q sub L is equal to Q sub C. You know, same pattern, okay? Same pattern. So Q sub L and Q sub C, you know, Q sub L is what? Is 5405.8 VAR. We have already calculated before. That should be the Q sub C. So what is for the Q sub C? X sub C, V sub S, the square, okay? What is V sub S? This is the voltage supply right there. Here, 280 volt, okay? So now 280 volt, and X sub C was also given, you know, let's say, not given. So this is maybe X sub C. So right now, so X sub C, that is what we wanted to do. The Q sub C over 280 square. That is the Q sub C, 5405.8 and 280 volt. The X sub C is the 8 ohm here, okay? All right, so X sub C and C, the next one is the C, you know, C. So, you know, X sub C, 1 over 2 pi FC. So C is 2 pi f X sub C over 1, right? Here. So now 1 over 2 pi 60, that was given frequency from the question. And X sub C, the 8 ohm, right there. Okay. So finally, C value 331.6 microfarad. So maybe after we connect to the capacitor, that was almost the cancel out, right?